the Jazz Era, a part in human history where both the profits never stopped and the parties never stopped. This was a prime time to be alive. There was nothing you could worry about, and it was perfect. And I think no book explains this better than Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. Oh, what was The Great Gatsby?
So, The Great Gatsby is a book written by Scott Fitzgerald in the 1920s about the perfect jazz person and this mystical man called Gatsby.
The 1920s, historically, was a period of great excess. And in the book The Great Gatsby, there is no one that embodies this more than the man of the hour himself, Jay Gatsby.
I still haven't met Mr. Gatsby. No one's met him. You see, I'm Gatsby.
Tastes good like soul food. Parked up outside in the old school.
This man was insane. He fired his entire staff just for a girl so they wouldn't gossip about her. He was known for having the most extravagant parties. He bought a kingdom on Long Island. This man was unlike no other.
But then again, this was the 1920s. This was the era of excess. This would be normal for a writer like Fitzgerald to see in the grandest, almost kingdoms of that era. This was the embodiment of excessfulness in the 1920s. This is what the author was seeing. One of the most prevalent things in The Great Gatsby is the struggle between old money and new money. And I think this has been going on for a while, but it really truly emerged in the 1920s where people weren't kings anymore. They're businessmen, leading oil tycoons, steel buildings. This was a time of new money. This is where new money is emerging. A lot like now with crypto and such. But this was a time of just new wealthy people popping up left and right. And the old money people, they didn't really like to associate with them.
Well, what exactly is old money? Well, luckily, we have a few characters in this book that really show you what old money means.
Daisy! Daisy!
The Buchanan family is a curious case. They have had money for quite a while, and it definitely shows in how they act. They're not interested in lavish parties. They are interested in having a quiet house on the shore. This is wealth that has been there forever. One thing about old money is that new money always wants to become it. And one of the things that I think really symbolizes this is the green light and how Gatsby was always looking towards it. It was that one thing that he could never have. Once he finally got with Gatsby, that green light just became another item in his collection of many. One thing in The Great Gatsby is the wedge driving between the American dream and the American reality. How the poorer area of the book is just this horrible place that you'll never want to be. But West Egg and East Egg are the greatest places in the world. This is something showing about the equality divide that was slowly starting to become prevalent in the 1920s. All in all, Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby, is a piece of its time. It shows the separation of wealth with the nicer areas and the less nice areas. It shows the difference between new money and old money. It is a true window into the cultural zeitgeist of the 1920s.